Hey guys, it's the Real China Sister. I'm back with another video. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment below. Once again, I'm telling my followers happy October. This is the month of Halloween, the month of spooky. I mentioned it before, I love Halloween, I love horror films. I did a video a few days ago about my top 10, I believe, favorite Disney Halloween movies. If you guys haven't had a chance yet to check that out, I'll have it in the description box below. This video is going to be dedicated to my top 13 adult horror films. So I'm basically just going to be telling you guys like what's in my top 13 favorite horror film collection. So let's get into the video.
And if the beat live, you know Lil Juke made it.
So the first movie in my top Halloween movies list is gonna go to Halloween, of course. I know there are a lot of different versions of Halloween. My number one version is the 1978 version with Jamie Lee Curtis. If no one has seen Halloween, it's about a teenage girl who happens to be related to a serial killer, and he's on the loose and he's trying to kill her. Serial killer is Mike Myers. You know, he's crazy as hell. Then we have Dr. Loomis, who's trying to track him down because he knows that Michael Myers needs to be locked in a cage and like left there because he's just basically batshit crazy. So I always watch Halloween. That's one of my first go-tos. But yeah, basically the movie is, you know, she's babysitting for a kid that she knows in the neighborhood, and you know, here comes fucking Michael Myers coming to kill her, and she's like basically trying to escape him. At the same time, Dr. Loomis, his doctor from like back at the crazy house that Mike Myers had been at all this time, he's trying to stop him. So I always love Halloween. Second movie for my top Halloween movie list is gonna go to Halloween 2. Now this is following Halloween 1 and what goes on afterwards. After, you know, I'm trying not to reveal too much of the movie in case no one has seen it, but this basically follows Halloween 1 and what goes on. There are multiple Halloweens. Yes, I really don't want to reveal too much, but basically, you know, she's trying to escape Michael Myers again in this one, and basically that's what's going on in this movie. My third favorite Halloween movie on my list is gonna go to the 2018 version of Halloween. That was the recent remake that they did, following the storyline. It wasn't so much of a remake. It was basically them just following the storyline of Halloween after all these years. We get to see Jamie Lee Curtis as her role as Laurie. And I loved it. I absolutely love this movie. I think they did a good job with, you know, following the storyline and picking up where we left off and us getting to see a little bit more background on Laurie and her family. I absolutely love the movie. You know, again, it's the basic, you know, Mike Myers is after her again. I was really looking forward to the next one that they were doing, but unfortunately, I was looking forward to it this year. It was supposed to come out 2020, I believe, but now they've pushed it back to 2021 due to COVID, so I guess that's something I'll have to wait for. But it's going to be called Halloween Kills, I believe, the one that they're coming out with in 2021, so I'm super excited for that. I do like a lot of the Halloween movies. There's Halloween, then there's Halloween 2, and then, you know, they lose me with the Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, because it's like that had absolutely nothing to do with the Halloween franchise. I did read somewhere that, you know, there were a lot of different directors and stuff with Halloween, like a lot of people just coming in and doing whatever they feel like doing and not even really following the real storyline. But we do get back on track with Halloween when we get to the fourth one, and I think it's Michael Myers' niece, which I love that one. I like the fourth one and the fifth one as well. My fourth favorite movie on my Halloween movie list is gonna go to Scream. I'm talking about the 1996 version, the first Scream. The first Scream is my favorite Scream because, one, it's the first one. Basically what's going on in Scream, you know, a girl in high school, you know, she lost her mom and she's just living with her dad. You know, she has a boyfriend and friends, and then, you know, all of a sudden there's this crazy serial killer that's going around killing people, and they're hearing about it and they really don't know what the agenda is or like where this person came from. But the story revolves around the teenage girl. Her name is Sydney, and you know, basically this serial killer, which we all know as Ghostface, he starts to come after her, and you know, she's just trying to figure out why this person is after her, why this person's trying to kill her. And it basically has to do with, you know, her mom and a a lot of things that she did not know about her mother. So I always love to watch Scream every year. They're actually supposed to be coming out with a Scream 5 in 2022. From what I hear, all the original cast members are on board with it, and I'm excited to see that because I did like the last Scream they came out with. It was Scream 4. It came out sometime when I was in high school. I want to say that was around maybe 2012, 2013, or 2014 even, one of those years that the Scream 4 came out with Emma Roberts, and I thought they did a really good job with that. So I'm interested to see Scream 5 and what they decide to do with the storyline. My fifth movie on my top Halloween movies list is going to be Freddy vs. Jason, the 2003 version of Freddy vs. Jason. I say the year because I know there's a lot of, like, it's a classic. Again, it talks about the history between Freddy Kruegar and Jason. For those that get the sixth movie on my top Halloween movies list is going to go to The Exorcist, the 1973 version. This is basically about a young girl and her mom. They live together in a house, and weird things start going on with the girl. She winds up being possessed by a demon, and she has to have an exorcism done to her to get rid of the demon inside of her. There are a lot of iconic lines in this movie. Again, I like old movies, so this movie is like right up my alley. Yeah, The Exorcist is definitely a good movie. A little nasty though with some of the throw-up scenes, but I like The Exorcist. Seventh movie on my top Halloween playlist is gonna go to one of my all-time favorites. It's gonna be Carrie, the 1976 version. I realized there was one done in 2013, and I think they did a good job, but I'm always going to love the one with Sissy Spacek, the original. Carrie is basically a girl in high school. You know, she's an outcast. They treat her pretty fucked up because, you know, she's just not in with the in crowd. She has a super religious mother. She's kind of crazy. I actually have my own idea now in watching the movie and being a little older now and seeing it. I have a different idea now about Carrie. Maybe I'll talk about that in another video, but Carrie is basically about an outcast. You know, they bother her at school. You know, she doesn't have it easy at home with her mom. She starts to realize that she has powers where she can move things with her mind. She has telekinesis, and, you know, her powers start to work in her favor a little bit. But, you know, something happens at the end of the movie. You know, when she's at the senior prom, you know, her classmates kind of go too far and shit gets really fucked up for them because, you know, they don't know that they fucked with the wrong person. So I definitely think Carrie is like one of the best Halloween movies to watch. The eighth movie on my top Halloween movies list is gonna go to I Know What You Did Last Summer, the 1997 one. The first one, the original, is my favorite. This movie is about a group of friends that, you know, they're having so much fun in the beginning of the movie. Like, they're having the time of their lives. You know, they're coupled up, booed up. I believe it was July 4th, yes, when it happened. You know, fireworks and all that. One night when they're driving home or driving somewhere they were all going, you know, they hit somebody. And unfortunately, instead of reporting it to the police, they come up with a plan where they're just going to get rid of the body and not say anything about it. And throughout the movie, you know, time goes on and it shows how everyone has kind of dealt with that, because although they did that at the time when they wanted to, this clearly takes an emotional and mental toll on them. It gets kind of worse when they start receiving letters from someone telling them, I know what you did last summer. So there's this anonymous person basically sending them letters and notices of, hey, like, I saw you guys, I know what you did, and I'm after you. So that, you know, they're trying to look for this person that's around fucking with them. You know, the person is not only sending them letters, you know, different things happen to each character. I'm not going to reveal that, but I Know What You Did Last Summer is definitely like a thriller. It's a good movie. I enjoy it. There was a second part to the movie, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. I like that too. I believe there was a third one too called I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer. I never watched it because I just wasn't interested. I felt like, okay, you guys need to stop it. If you saw the movie I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer, comment below and let me know if it was good or not. Next movie on my top Halloween list is gonna go to Insidious, 2010 Insidious, the first one, the original. This movie is basically about, like, you know, a nice family. They live in a house. They believe that overnight their son went into a coma, but the truth is he didn't really go into a coma. He has some type of gift where he's able to travel in his sleep and, like, I guess come back into his body at night, and he didn't know that he was capable of doing this. And at the time, they don't know he's night traveling. The doctors are only able to tell them that they believe that their son is in some kind of deep sleep coma and he's just not waking up. but then they start to realize there's something a little bit more demonic going on here, something that runs in the family. So that's definitely a good movie to look at. But one thing I will say that has always made me love the movie Insidious, I thought the monster for Insidious was so creative. At that time in 2010, I kept feeling like I just keep seeing the same thing in horror films over and over, where everyone wants to make a remake or everyone wants to, copy a storyline that has already been done. So I thought it was refreshing to see Insidious and see a new type of monster. That monster was very scary to me at the time, so I enjoyed Insidious and I enjoyed how it made me feel watching it. My 10th movie on my Halloween list is gonna go to Conjuring, the first one, the 2013 one. I love The Conjuring. I love that whole franchise of movies. The Conjuring, Annabelle. The Nun wasn't my favorite movie, but it's still up there for me, in that whole franchise. But The Conjuring is the 10th movie on my list. So basically, The Conjuring is about this couple that goes around getting rid of demons and helping people out in their house. It's about a family that moves into a new house, I believe, and, they don't really know the history of that house or what has really gone on in that house. I believe the realtor lied to them and wasn't fully truthful with them in the beginning, if I'm not remembering it wrong. The realtor didn't exactly tell them what went on in that house, so they just bought the house for them and their girls. They had a lot of daughters, and while they're living in that house, different things start to happen. It's always cold in the house. I think the family pictures keep being knocked down, little things like that. And then something is eating away at the mother, like something is possessing her, something is going on with her. Nothing like a good horror demon film to start your October. Number 11 for me on my top Halloween movies list is gonna go to the movie It. This is really the only time I didn't like the old version of a movie. I did enjoy the remake of It they did in 2017, and I did like the second part of it that they did in 2019. When I was younger and I saw the movie It just really confused me. Like, I didn't really understand what he was doing to the children, so it made me feel weird watching it. I don't know if anybody else had that feeling when watching the original It, but at least in the remake, I can tell, okay, he's killing these kids. So it was very clear as to what was going on. It is basically about a clown that is going around killing children. He weans them in, acting nice and everything, but he's really fucking psycho. I like the movie. When I was in the movie theater seeing it, very loud in there. The graphics, the theme music, everything they did, they were very spot on. And the actor that played It did a very good job with the laugh and everything. 12th movie in my top Halloween list is gonna go to the movie Saw. I like all the Saw movies because it's a different type of thriller or horror film. You have Jigsaw, the killer, seen as the killer. I like it because it's a different type of horror film. Like, he's not just going around killing people because he's a psycho. No, you don't have the right to snatch people off the street, drug them up, or do whatever to get them somewhere and then put them through a crazy maze where their life is at risk. But every time he takes someone, it's for a reason. He'll take, like, for example, a heroin addict who's a mother and isn't taking care of her kids. Are the needles more important than your children? Maybe the CEO of a company who is not paying his employees correctly. All his employees are struggling, but he's living like, he's King Tut or some shit while everyone else struggles. Like, Jigsaw will take someone like that. Like, there's reason usually behind his antics. No one has the right to snatch people off the street and torture them. I'm just saying, it's interesting to see different stories and see why he took that person or why he's doing that to them. Teaching them about forgiveness. Can they forgive and move on? Things like that. So Saw is cool. It's a different type of horror film. The last movie on my top Halloween movie list is gonna go to Child's Play. Who doesn't love Chuckie? Now, Child's Play is basically about a possessed doll that this kid, and I'm talking about the first Child's Play, the original Child's Play, the 1988 one. Basically, this is about a mom who buys a doll for her kid, in an alley somewhere, because I believe it wasn't either it wasn't available in stores or she couldn't afford the one in the store. I really don't remember. But she gets this doll. She buys it from some guy in an alley who she was able to get it from real quick. It's not like he just gave it a doll. Like, the doll was still boxed up and everything real nice. So she gave it to her son. But weird shit starts happening. the doll is possessed and is making the little boy do crazy shit. You know, the little boy starts getting blamed for things that he's not even doing. You know, doll is basically fucking psycho as shit. Like, he's running around killing people. I think Child's Play is a good movie. You know, Child's Play, you know, the whole franchise of that goes on. He even gets a freaking bride, Tiffany. Like, I like them together. I thought that was like low-key iconic. Like, they're an iconic horror film couple, but we won't get too deep into that. Yes, those are my top adult horror movies that I like to watch typically around Halloween time. Again, I did my top Disney Halloween movies. I'll have that in the description box below. I'll also have attached, you know, I went to a drive-in theater. I believe it was last month. I went to a drive-in movie theater and I actually saw The Conjuring, so that was exciting. I'll have that in the description box below too if anybody wants to check that out. Make sure you guys keep subscribing to my channel, like this video, comment below and tell me you guys' favorite horror film. I'm always looking for a new horror film. I'll be coming with some more content this week. Keep subscribing, you guys. Thank you so much for everyone that subscribed so far. See you guys soon.